morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me today. My name is Peter. Welcome back to Invest with Peter. So today I'm going to be talking about what happened last week, what market expectation this week, and BlackRock, partnering with Coinbase. And just like I always say, if you're still overlooking cryptocurrency, you are doing that at your own detriment, right? So now before we go in there, if you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Peter. Please subscribe to the channel, help the channel to grow, help the information to be passed across to people that need information, because we all know information is power. So now before I start mumbling about, let's go straight into the information I need to pass on today. So first thing first, like CPI came out last week, 8.5. Market was actually expecting 8.7, 8.6, but it came out 8.5, and everybody was like shocked, like, whoa, so this is actually lower than expectation. And as a result of that, we've actually predicted this in my previous video. I said market's going to rally last week, and it did actually rally. So market came out, CPI came out 8.5, from that market, stock market and cryptocurrency rally from that news. And I think the rally is still going to continue this week, as I actually predicting that this week. I'm predicting that this week market is going to continue to rally, but be very careful, because that we may have some pullback and all that stuff. And I'll give you the reason why we may have some pullback in this particular video I'm making nice. All right, so now let's talk about BlackRock, partnering with Coinbase. BlackRock, this, we all know that this fund, management has over trillions, like let's say close to 2 trillion, in their market cap and all that stuff. So they've got big money on this side, and they're actually partnering with Coinbase because they know there's some investors actually interested in getting into cryptocurrency, and because of that, they want a formidable, chain, the formidable a place where they can trade cryptocurrency and sell cryptocurrency to their investors and all that stuff. So as a result of that, actually Coinbase actually reported a very bad earning. They lost over $1 billion, in Q2 and all that stuff. So they were like, well, Coinbase went down, but because of this prospect of BlackRock, Coinbase actually rallied on that news as well. It came down last week and started flying again. So Coinbase is a very rare place where you can trade your cryptocurrency. I'm not sponsored by Coinbase, but I'm just saying it's a very good one. So as a result of that, that means people are getting involved in cryptocurrency. For BlackRock to be partnering with Coinbase, we know there's some information we don't know at this point, but very soon in the nearest future, we're gonna be getting this information. So that's that about that. So let's move on to another issue I'm going to be talking about today. So somebody was asking me last week, like, have we actually missed the bottom? I think actually the bottom may have been clicked in June 14th and 15th. I would suggest that you go back to your chart and check June the 14th and 15th, right? And see the stock prices of your favorite company. And you can see how low market went on that 2 days and all that stuff. So if you ask me, I would say we have probably bottomed at this point. Because, look at Amazon. Amazon went down to $102, $103 for stock. And look at where Amazon is at this point. So I'm not saying market cannot go down from here, but I'm just saying we may have bottomed June, the 14th and 15th. That answered the question to the person that threw that question to me. That's why I always say, if you have any question, put it in the comment section. I'm going to come here and answer your question the following episode. So for that information, I think, and I believe we may have bottomed around June 14th and 15th. If you want to check, go back to your chart, check June the 14th and 15th and see how, market went down those 2 days. And that's that. So now I'm going to talk about people that have got investment in Chinese companies like Alibaba, Neo, Xpeng, and all those places like that, Tencent. Please, you need to be very, very careful at this point, because the issue around Taiwan and China is still ravaging around South China Sea. So in that place, hopefully nothing goes bang, but I think because of that, it's eating up at this point, and it's going to affect the investors, those who are exposed to Chinese stocks and Chinese companies, right? So last week, 5 companies from China actually voluntarily removed themselves. Nasdaq, they are leaving New York Stock Exchange. They're going back to China or Hong Kong. So I'm going to talk about Alibaba moving to Hong Kong as well in this video. So these companies are PetroChina, China Life Insurance Company, Sinopec Shanghai, Petrochemical Company, Aluminium Corporation of China, and China Petroleum Chemical Corporation. These are the 5 companies that are actually voluntarily leaving New York Stock Exchange at this point because of the issue, because all these 5 companies are controlled by Chinese state government. So because of that, they're like, well, before anything go sideways, let's start moving our companies from US back to Hong Kong and to mainland China. So these things have been happening around, and we have to be very careful and cautious and be cautious of what is going to come, because Alibaba has been saying, US government have US SEC, so they've been telling Chinese company that we need to audit your company and all that stuff. If you don't give us the chance, opportunity to check what you guys are doing, to check your book and all that stuff, you may have problem with us in the future, or very soon. And Alibaba is probably looking at getting themselves to Hong Kong, stock exchange and all that stuff. So NEO has moved to Hong Kong as well. So if you are having this company, you may want to reduce your exposure to Chinese, companies and all that stuff, because the issue of Taiwan, China, if China eventually invade China and Taiwan, if China eventually invade Taiwan, there will be big sanctions going on Chinese government, Chinese banks, Chinese corporations, companies, and all that stuff, which is going to affect investors around that place. We know it's going to affect so many things, but you have to be very careful, and you must be very careful at this point. So let's talk about UK government and UK economy. Well, UK economy, contracted last week. It came out as, the second quarter was, came out and it contracted, and that means it went down 0.1%. And, people have been saying what's going on with UK economy. UK inflation is the highest around Europe and all that stuff. What's going to happen? Well, at this point, UK household face energy bill close to £5,000 annually at this point now. So imagine a household paying £5,000. For the US, US viewers, £5,000, if you change it to dollars, couldn't be around $6,500 in 12 months just for your gas alone. So that's so exorbitant, and that's so expensive. And how are these people going to afford this situation and this cost and all that stuff? It's going to bite straight away into people's money, into people's finance and all that stuff. And that's what's going to destroy the consumer confidence. That's going to lead the United Kingdom economy into a recession that we're looking at now. Even Stephen Millard, this is Deputy Director of National Institute of Economics and Social Research, he said last week, he said, well, it's now look like UK economy has entered a recession at this point. Reports from economy for the next 3 quarters. So he actually believed that UK economy has officially entered recession from here, because going into the winter, people will be forced to pay this money, and that's going to destroy people's confidence about what to buy. So people have to choose between what to heat and when to heat their house and all that stuff. So, and that's going to lead to so many issues uprising. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is what is actually destroying households' finance at this point, and is actually probably going to lead to recession. So hopefully the next government, the next man or woman that will be the next prime minister, we have to work times 10 to fix these at this point, because if not, then that's going to be a big problem for United Kingdom to go around or to handle. So now let's talk about this. Let's go back to cryptocurrency again. So officially, right, I think something is happening to crypto at this point that we don't know. For companies like we have BlackRock, we have our swaps as well from United States, actually partnering with big companies, to expose their investors into cryptocurrency. So if you are a crypto investor, you're doing well at this point. I think you're probably early at this point. Some people say, "Oh, I came late." No, you are not late. You are actually early at this point, because some millionaires, billionaires believe that's what's gonna, monetary service and all that stuff. Finance is gonna go to cryptocurrency and blockchain. So the world is going towards cryptocurrency at this point, and you don't want to be left behind. I always say, if you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you need to buy the top 10. Don't look out top 10, because if anything, if the world economy actually go into recession, we're looking at cryptocurrency and stock to go down and all that stuff. That's when people buy more and all that. So if you want to start buying, just start looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, Matic, Cardano, XRP, and some other stuff. I don't want to mention that they got, but top 10, always look at the top 10 if you want to invest in cryptocurrency and not outside top 10. That's my piece of advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please, anything I say today does not mean you should go and buy or sell any crypto or stock, because I'm not licensed to give financial advice. So I'm just saying my mind today. So guys, that's it for today. I believe this week we're going to continue to rally. Market is going to continue to rally. And also, let's talk about FOMC quickly. So FOMC meeting is going to be on 20th and 21st of September. So they ain't going to meet at this until then. So that's when they're going to be coming out with, okay, so we are waiting. So there'll be another CPI that will come out. So August CPI will come out, right, before the next meeting. So hopefully from 8.5, we can go down to 8.4 or 8.2. If that actually happen, right, expect market to rally or summer rally from here up until the end of the year, right? Because they will come out. If it goes lower than 8.5 for the next one for August CPI, expect market. So if we have like 8.2, 8.3, like I said, the market is going to rally from there, and they will come out and probably say, well, we're going to go by, 25 basis point. If it happens like that. But if it doesn't, or if it actually end up around 8.6, they'll probably still come out and say, well, we're going to stick by our gun and stay with 50 basis point at this point and all that stuff. So they are continuing to raise the rate because they can't pivot at this point. They can't stop, because if they stop, it's going to send us back into, the rate they're raising that is actually reflecting in the inflation now. It's bringing down the inflation and it's actually working. So they need to continue up until early next year and see, yes, it's actually bring this inflation down. The Fed wants inflation around 2.5%, but if they can manage to get it down to 3%, I think they've done a good job. All right, guys, that's it for today. My name is Peter, and I will see you on the next one. I don't want to be rambling. I will see you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later on. Bye.